Y'all finna see how my makeup is just finna eat, like it's finna chomp down.
Saving you is a heart of a woman. Yeah.
Hey best friend, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ryan-Alexandra and I make lifestyle content here on YouTube. So for this video, as you can tell by the title, I am going to show you guys how I do my everyday makeup routine. Now in my Where to Find 100% Cotton video, the girls were in the comments asking, you know, how I match my shade, like, you know, we are shade match, like what makeup do I use and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you guys everything I do to do my makeup. Hey best friend, so if you see the quality change, that's because I went from my Canon to my iPhone to do the makeup. So yeah, let's do the makeup. Let's do the makeup. Oh. I'm in the bathroom and I'm using artificial lighting. I have a light right here, right on top of my iPhone, and if you see me looking down, it's because that's where my monitor is. So ew, no. Okay, no, we're gonna leave it like this. We're gonna use this lighting. It is the bathroom lighting. I feel like when you're doing your makeup in the bathroom, it really tells you exactly what you look like. Sometimes, you know which mirror actually tells you exactly what you actually look like? The mirror in the car. You know when you in the driver's seat and you pull the little thing down and you looking at it, girl. Yeah. That's the truth mirror right there. But anyways, best friend, I'm gonna show you guys how I do my makeup. Let's get into it. Obviously, I prepped my skin. I'm gonna go in with the Mercier Pure Canvas Primer, baby. When I tell you this primer, okay? Listen, when I put you onto stuff, just know that it really is good. All I know is good product. I'll tell you something doo-doo. Actually, I won't even show you. But if it's really that bad, you're gonna hear me talk about it. But this primer is so good. This is my second Le Mercier primer experience. The first one was their hydrating primer. I have oily skin, very oily skin. However, it was just something about that primer that my skin just loved. And so that was my introduction to Le Mercier's primer. It was a hydrating primer. This one is a blurring primer. It's specifically formulated for people with oily skin. So if you like that matte look, this is the primer you want to use, best friend. I really like it. And because my skin is extremely oily, I don't just settle with the primer. I usually go in, well, I'm going to show you guys, but I'm going to go in with a powder to set the primer in place and also to fortify, you know, oils not seeping through right away. So I feel like I'm on Vogue. Are we manifesting, or what are we living it into existence? That's what I like to call it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, God, if you're trying to tell me something, I mean, just say it, God. Just say it. Just say it. So I'm gonna go in with my Le Mercier powder. I'm gonna put a little Vogue, editing around, put a little Vogue logo right here. Put it right here. Your girl's a little too excited. I'm going in with the Le Mercier. See, I'm a Le Mercier girl. They have some good stuff. Le Mercier translucent setting powder in medium deep. Y'all finna see how my makeup is just finna eat, like it's finna chomp down. Going in with my brush. We're just gonna set everywhere we had put that primer. And this is one of the reasons why my makeup looks so good. It don't look cakey because I don't even put that much makeup on, number one. And number two, it just controls the oil. That's really all I care about. My makeup is actually very natural looking, and I want to keep it that way. I don't want to look like not myself. You know, some girls are okay with that. I love that for you, sis, but I don't love that for me. So I just like to buff it in as well. This is what's going to help my makeup stay in place. Now, this is my theory, and I feel like I done proved my theory, so it might be an actual fact for me. I notice a difference when I don't buff my powder in versus when I do. So I make sure I buff in circular motions. And you can already see that my base is beginning to look very flawless. I look a little bit like a ghost, but that's okay. For my base, I don't wear foundation. But if I do, I am wearing the CC Plus cream by It Cosmetics. This stuff is really good, and this is their natural matte formula because like I already told you, your girl is oily. If I need something like foundation like this is what I'm going to be using. Normally on regular day-to-day basis, I use concealer and I spot conceal. So let me show you how I do that. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way, the multi-use sculpting concealer. This stuff is the truth. Super full coverage. I'm pretty sure it could cover up your tattoo. Okay. And I am using the shade Cocoa. So I just look at where I have some unevenness and I just spot conceal. I go here, I have a little spot here, and this is what I do. And then after I do my little spot conceal, I just put a little bit on my nose. You know how the girls like to use like sponges and powders and brushes to blend out their foundation or their concealer? I don't do that. I use sponge sometimes. To blend out my base or what is mimicking my base, I use a silicone applicator. I got it off Amazon. You could get it at the dollar store, and I just use that because it mimics your finger, so it doesn't soak up any product the way a sponge would or a brush would. Like, I legit am using everything I put on my face. I don't like doing my makeup with my hands. I didn't learn to do makeup that way, so doing makeup with my hands would be very messy, and I just wouldn't like it because I don't want my foundation going under my nails because it would look not clean. So I try my best to make sure I am blending it in as seamless as possible, and I try to avoid my under eyes, as you can tell, because that tends to look really cakey really easily. So that's my technique for under my eyes. I avoid it. Yeah, so after I have my base and I've covered up the spots that I wanted to cover up, now it's time for under my eyes. I go in with the YSL All Hours Precise Concealer. This is the shade DN5. I don't mind going in under my eyes though, because I feel like that's where you get them, you know. That's what people look at first. It's your eyes, under your eyes, like in that area. And I'll put a little bit on and a little bit right here. My makeup is very natural looking. I ain't out here trying to deceive people. I want people to know that when I take off my makeup, it's not gonna be that big of a difference. I mean, that's what I tell myself. I hope is girl, no, but I prefer the natural makeup, the clean makeup. I just feel like it does me justice, you know. It's like, she's not wearing that much makeup, like she must be really pretty, you know. I've been doing my makeup this way for so long, I don't even know if I know how to give myself like one of them like heavy, I call them wedding beats. Or when you see a bride's makeup, it is so pretty, but it's a lot, friend. For under my eyes, baby girl, we not done. I go in with the same concealer but in a different shade. It's the same Too Faced one, okay? It's the same multi-use sculpting concealer from Too Faced from Too Faced, except this is in a much lighter shade. This is in the shade Chestnut, and I use this for a very bright under eye. Now, if I'm going on a date, we make it even brighter. But I put just a tiny bit, first of all, because when I tell you, baby, this concealer go a long way. Just a tiny bit goes a very long way. Again, I go on with my silicone applicator and I like to blend. I have a neutral undertone, so for the girls who think we're a shade match, I just want you to know, baby, I am a neutral undertone. I am not warm, I am not cool, I am neutral. Okay, so after I spread it out with my silicone applicator to have an even more flawless finish and a flawless blend, I like to go in with my sponge. The sponge that I'm using is from e.l.f. It's a little dirty because I did my makeup yesterday. Yeah, I just like to lightly pat and blend. Yeah, so we have like a light to brown to, you know, my face transition. I don't contour with a cream, but if I was to, I would be using the Beauty Blender concealer. This is their Bounce concealer. Let's do a little bit. Just a little bit, you know, for the sake of the video, you know what I mean? Yeah. This is in the shade 4.6N. So it's for neutral girls. I told you I was a neutral girl. So the neutral is basically a little bit of yellow and a little bit of pink undertones. So it's like a mix. And it's hard because I feel like it's hard to find shades for myself because a lot of brands think like, oh, just because you're dark skinned, it's just red or cool. It's like, no, baby, like we get pretty deep with neutrals, okay? And you know what brand understands that? NARS. Okay, so I'm going in with my Beauty Blender now just to blend everything out. So it's, look at that, that is so pretty. Look at the transition. I like this a lot. I used to do wedding makeup in college to make bread, to pay rent, you know, and I learned very quickly. I think after my third wedding, I was like, This ain't my ministry. This ain't it. This cannot be God's will for my life. All right, best friend, so we are done with the creams. Now it's time to powder. This is my favorite part. I'm actually going to go in with my Mercier translucent setting powder in medium deep, and I am going to set, because I'm an ombre girl. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by that. I'm gonna take my brush and I'm going to set here only with it in my chin. I'm only gonna put that powder there. And I do not bake. I'm gonna circular motions. Remember what I told you about buffing? Baby, we buff all the powders. All of them. Yeah, we buff all the powders. And I make sure to leave this area with no powder. Just for now. Finally, I'm gonna take my number 7. This is the Flawless Finishing Loose Powder in translucent. This powder looks very light. Now, I know number 7 don't really be marketing to us. Not that I know of. I don't be seeing like that. But baby, this translucent powder eats. And it's a drugstore brand. I keep it here. I don't bring it down here because that's where the Mercier medium deep powder is. And I don't want to bring it down there. I want to control where the brightness is, and I want to keep it near the corners of my eye. And I also take this time to reverse contour, as you can see. Not that I need to, but you know, it just looks nicer. You know what I mean? And then I take a brush and I just sweep off the excess. To bring a warmth back into my face, I'm going in with the YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze. I've hit pan, and when I tell you I love this, I gotta back up because I love this so much, and it lasts a really long time too. This is the shade number 4. I don't know if this is the darkest shade. I hope not. If this ain't the darkest shade, then there should be a number 5, which is like 2 or 3 shades darker than this. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go in and add some warmth back into my face. I really try to not put makeup on my forehead, number 1, because I don't feel like I need it unless like I'm spot concealing. And then number 2, I use my forehead as a guide because my forehead is the color of my face. So I use it as a guide to contour, or you know, to like make sure that the bottom half of my face goes with my forehead. So now we're gonna do a little bit of contouring, and I'm gonna be using the Fenty Sun Stalker contour powder, and I'm using the shade Thick Mint, and that's what I contour with. So I'm not going to touch my nose because I don't need to touch my nose because I reverse contour. I'm just going in with the same brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit just here. Not that I need any, but you know, I want to be extra today. So I'm going to buff, buff, buff. I don't know if you noticed now, but I am a buffer. If there's a powder involved, baby, it's going to get buffed in. I did not bring my gel to the hotel. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Next time. Buff, and I buff up. I don't drag it down. So as you can see, my face goes. My forehead goes with the lower half of my face, and my lower half of my face goes with my chest. It took me 12 years to learn how to do that, like nicely. So I'm going in with my powder puff and with my YSL Hyper Bronze, and I'm just going to draw a line like this, and I'm just gonna make sure that there's no contour that is leaking into the lower part of my face, because that just gives an illusion that your face is a lot more, but like not in a good way. You're gonna look hungry, and I don't like that look. We're done with the face, but we're not done with the face, okay? Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with my fixing spray. I don't use setting spray, I use fixing spray. The fixing spray I'm using is the infamous one size fixing spray. This stuff is so good. I don't know what I was doing without. I mean, I know what I was doing without it. I always get stopped, whether I'm at the store or on the street. I always get stopped like, oh my gosh, your face looks so nice. I'm just going in with like a little bit of powder because it's really good at making your face look really matte and powdery, and that's how I like my makeup. But some people might not like that, because you can see on my lashes that it has this white film on it. But speaking of lashes, this mascara is the best mascara in the freaking world. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. Why did I say it like that? This is the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerate, baby. And baby, I love this mascara. I haven't gotten excited about mascara in a really long time, like in several years, and this mascara has me so excited. I'm currently wearing clusters. These are not my natural lashes, but when I do wear lashes like I'm wearing now, the clusters, I prefer them to look natural because that's just my aesthetic. For eyebrows, I'm doing my favorite, my go-to, my everything. This is the Milk Makeup Kush High Roll Brow Tint. This stuff is so good. It's all I put on my brows. The shade that I'm using is the brown black shade. There's two shades that I use. I use a brown black and I use a black brown. So today is brown black. It's a more natural looking color for me. Well, not natural looking, but it's a lot more no makeup-y ish of a shade for me. It's called Diesel. My black brown shade is what I tend to use when I'm going out to give a little oomph to my face, and that shade is in a Cypher, but today we're using Diesel. The issue I had in the beginning with this product is that there was too much product on the brush when you initially pulled it out the tube, but over time it begins to lessen. Now I have the right amount of product for me and for my liking, because when you first get this, a lot of product is going to come out. So yeah, this is the Kush High Roll Brow Tint from Milk Makeup. Highly recommend. Worth every penny. Love, love, love. The last two things we have to do is blush and highlighter. For blush, I am using this brand that no longer exists anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't know if y'all just stopped buying from this brand. I don't know what happened, baby, but they don't exist no more. As far as I know, this is the Beauty Counter blush in the shade Date. You're probably wondering, like, girl, that's not gonna show up on you. It's gonna make you look ashy. No, it's not. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you guys another blush that I am literally obsessed with, and I just recently got into blush a few months ago. It's not really my thing, but yeah, it's showing up. It's really pretty, and then when you start blending it in and stuff, it just looks very natural. Okay, I'm really liking the way my makeup is turning out. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. There she goes, there she goes, there she goes again. Okay, this is a Mercier Face Illuminator highlighter, and it's in the shade Indiscretion, and girl, she's indiscretion. Look at how gorgeous this is. Anyways, I'm using this highlighter from Mercier, and I love this highlighter. I'm putting it anywhere the light is hitting me, as you can see. The only problem that I have just with highlighters in general that are in these types of cases, some people like to use brushes to put them on. Me, not so much. I like to use my finger because I have a little bit of control, and I think that's why I loved this highlighter so much, because I have this pen that I could literally like control versus my finger. More precise application. I absolutely love it. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the corners and the inner corners of my eyes. I did that yesterday and I was like, wow, I look really pretty today. Ah, how pretty is that? Wow, it's so pretty. You're like, girl, where you going? I'm not going nowhere. I just want to film some content, but I ain't going nowhere. The finishing touch, just a little bit right here. So pretty. Oh, and this is my favorite lip balm in the whole world. This is the Clinique Moisturizers Lip Balm. They need to stop raising their prices. I remember when I used to buy this for $19 and now it's $23. And this is my everyday makeup. It's natural, it's cute, it's pretty, it's classy, it's clean, you know. Oh, this is not my everyday makeup. I just started doing this yesterday. This is my makeup. So for the girls that are asking how I do my makeup, how I get it so flawless, how I get it so... This is exactly what I do, and I did it right in front of you, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll link everything below with the shade that I am. Thank you guys for supporting me. I love you best friends so much, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.